Right, so for those who don't know, I'm officially a part of the DUI club. I had gotten arrested on December 5th. I was in jail for 4 days in SCORE, which is in Fife, Washington. So I was there for 4 days. I was booked on a Saturday and I wasn't released until Tuesday on December 8th. I got out and the first thing I wanted to do was go have a drink, which normal people who get DUIs would probably just not drink. So the first thing I wanted to do was get out, have a drink, and then what did I do the next day? I drank all day. I was really depressed and upset and embarrassed and about how I felt about getting a DUI, and I was worried about being judged about it. And so I feel like it's really stupid to just get out and drink first thing. So I started posting videos on not on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I started posting videos on Facebook for all of my friends because I needed to like call myself out on my drinking. So the first thing I did on my day one of not drinking, I decided because I was by myself. I definitely felt like I was going to go out and get a drink. Like just go to the store and buy a drink, even though my boyfriend took my Jeep and my wallet and all my cards. I'll still find a way to freaking get alcohol. So, I know there was a lot of change and money laying around and stuff, but I fought through it and I decided to record myself on day one about how miserable I felt. Some of the things that I was feeling on day one, I was feeling depression for sure. I was feeling loneliness. I felt like I couldn't be left by myself because I didn't trust myself. I definitely felt like I was going to go out and drink. I couldn't stomach anything. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't eat lunch. I almost didn't eat anything until my boyfriend came home at like 5:30 at night. I was having hot and cold flashes, which those feel like impossible to get through. And then I made it through the day. My boyfriend came home and just kind of like made me feel better. He just hung out with me and watched TV and laid with me in bed, which sometimes that's all you need is someone to be there for you to help you get through it. It's really not the easiest thing, and alcohol is definitely really dangerous to come off of. So it's hard to like admit that kind of stuff. Day two, I was definitely feeling better than day one mentally. I physically felt very similar to day one. I told like when I made my video of myself on day two, I told everybody like in the video that I felt like I go to the store and not buy alcohol, but when I was watching that later, I was watching my video and I was like, yeah, right. I don't even trust myself. I was like watching myself and like just my expression, you can see me like zone out a little bit. That was me like telling myself, no, you cannot. But I just like kept lying. I just kept talking and talking, slowly and like just kind of like soaking in whatever I was saying. And as like my videos go on, you can tell I start to look better. I start to feel better. I like, you can tell I can like communicate a little bit better than I was. So yeah. And then I just kind of like, I wasn't going to share my videos. I've never recorded myself before. But I was extremely unhappy and I was trying to figure out what the most extreme thing I could do that was going to keep me from going to the store and getting wine or beer. And that was for me to just post the videos that I was sending myself, or saving for myself. So I kind of confessed to everyone on my friends list on Facebook that I had gotten a DUI. And that was like extremely hard to do. But that was the only way I felt like I was going to be able to be left alone. So it really helped me. And then so for day three, I in my video I talked about how I woke up in a pool of sweat. I was having insomnia. My mind was just racing about a bunch of things that I don't have control over right now. I just like still felt like an idiot for everything that I did. Like I can't believe that I like had gotten a DUI. It was like really reckless. But that's like all I think about all night is like what happened that day. And how I went to jail over it, and then I went and told everybody on my friends list. I kind of don't care at this point like what anybody thinks about me and what happened. A lot of people just try to hide their stories and they don't tell people. They only share like the happy things that happen in life on like to other people on Facebook. And so I've never really seen anybody just kind of call themselves out and be like, hey, this is what I'm going through. It sucks. And so everybody's just kind of been watching like my daily videos of how I'm like working on myself and working on not drinking, which is really hard for me. And so that day we went out shooting with some friends and took my Jeep out, and we went to go shoot guns and stuff in Wilkeson. So that was really good for me to get out of the house and then see people, like people that I know. Sorry, my daughter's like watching her tablet, and like eating a sucker. So that's the whole slurping thing you hear in the background. But yeah, so it was really good for me to get out and be around people that I know, like friends other than my boyfriend and my daughter, like being cooped up in the house. Getting out and seeing people helped, because I just felt like people hated me or people were judging me, and just to be around like my friends, it made me feel a lot better. And so for day 4, overall I was feeling a lot better. I was talking about in my video that previously you could just tell my face was like getting thinner. Between like the videos you can just see like every day that that my face was getting thinner, and I could just like I was starting to feel a little bit better. My stomach still felt a little messed up, but like drinking, you can just tell like your face looks swollen. I was always like feeling really bloated, and you can, I don't know, like when you stop drinking you just like can tell the swelling goes down, and then you start to lose weight over time just because of all the empty calories you're taking in. And so that day, on day 4, we went out again, out to the mountains. We went out to Crystal Mountain in Greenwater, and we went out with my boyfriend's like best friend and his girlfriend, and then we took our kids out. So the girls rode in my Jeep, me and the girlfriend, and then our kids were in the back seat, and we just like drove out to the snow, and we were like driving on a cliff all the way up this mountain. It was like a forest road, and we didn't have any idea we were driving on ice the whole way up. And then all of a sudden my boyfriend's best friend's truck just wouldn't go up anymore, and his tires are spinning and he was losing momentum, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna like slide back and hit my Jeep, and his truck's like raised higher than the front of my Jeep. So I was like, oh my god, they're gonna like just come in and just hit the front of my Jeep. And my Jeep has like Christmas lights on it, on the hood and everything, but it also has like a winch on the front. So but that wouldn't have saved my Jeep at all. He would have just like rammed into us. But I just kind of like started to drive backwards, and then I realized how icy it was when I hit the brakes, and we just kept sliding, and I was like, oh my god. At least at that point there was trees to catch us so that we don't go sliding off a cliff. But then later when we're going down the hill, down the mountain, there was this car that had chains on it, and they were just driving up, and I felt like they were like pushing our vehicles like towards the cliff area, and I saw our boyfriends like in the truck in front of us, and I thought they were gonna slide off the mountain. That shit was so scary. And then it almost happened to my vehicle. So like my daughter was traumatized. She was in the back. We almost died. We almost died. And I was just looking at my at the girl that was in my car, and I was like, oh my God, like she knows exactly what was going on. My daughter's only like 3, but she was just like, yeah, we almost died. My heart sunk and her heart sunk, and I was like, oh, but we're alive. I was like, the first thing I said is, I quit drinking 4 days ago just to die off a fucking cliff. I don't think so. Oh my God. Yeah, so there's that. But anyways, I'm trying to make this video pretty short, but since I'm talking about a whole week, it's probably going to be pretty long. Day 5, I was starting to feel back to normal. I didn't make a video that day. I just kind of like hung out with my daughter and we went shopping. I deleted a friend that I can't be around because she was my drinking buddy, and she's like too toxic for me to be around. She's got too many like personal issues that she needs to work through. And so since I was there for her before, but now that I have my own issues with this DUI and just like my own thing, I can't be friends with her. It would be too toxic. She's always like wanting to go to the bar, and one thing leads to another, and I just can't. And then so for day 6, I had court, and it turned out that I was supposed to get the interlock device in my Jeep by that court date, and I had no idea. I didn't know that when I was released from court, from jail, when I had court, that I was supposed to get the interlock. My boyfriend kind of had an idea. He was like, I think you're supposed to get that. And I'm like, nah, dog, I don't think so. And then I was just fucking driving, but I really was supposed to have that. I freaking went on like a road trip. So I'm gonna get that installed tomorrow. I have an appointment for 2 o'clock tomorrow. So my Jeep's a manual, so I have to find somebody that's gonna be able to take my Jeep for me, because I don't think I can drive to it. Maybe I can, I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know if I have a choice. But yeah, so then I have my court appearance, and then later on that night, I had read part of my of the police report from when I got my DUI, and I was so crushed when I was reading it. Like, I didn't even want to read it, but I knew that sooner or later I was going to have to read it, and I never wanted to have to like talk about that day again, but you know, like, you have to, and this is just the beginning. It's yeah, so like, this is just the beginning of the process, you know, like, I'm just gonna have to keep talking about it and talking about it. It's gonna haunt me for like the next year or 2. So it's gonna be really, really difficult. So I read the police report, and I just felt really stupid. I just felt like I was reliving that day, and it was very hard for me. And then after I read it, my boyfriend was sitting next to me, and I was like, does he know that I'm reading this right now? Like, trying to like play it off. And then I was like, I really don't want to show him because I already feel like stupid enough, you know, but he's got to know, like, he's the one that is going to be there for me. So I feel like, you know, like, he has to read it. He's going to find out everything eventually. You can't just hide it, you know, like, so I just was like, hey, here's the police report, you know, like, and he read it, and he was like, wow, really? Like, you were really on one. I'm like, yeah, I feel really fucking stupid. I'm surprised I made it this long without crying. Yeah, and so, like, the first thing that I wanted to do after reading that, because I felt so stupid, I wanted to go drink. I mean, like, I didn't really want to drink, but my mind was, like, going through all these emotions, and I had to feel it for the first time without being able to, like, go out and drink. Um, and so, like, what you should be saying is, oh man, like, doesn't that make you not want to ever freaking drink ever again? But instead, my mind's like, man, I just really want to drink because then I don't have to feel all these feelings, you know? Like, I really felt like I was back on that day when I got that DUI, except it's in a different person's perspective, you know? So, just hearing about everything I did, it felt like that wasn't even me, you know? Like, but then I totally was like, that's totally something I'd do if I was drunk, you know? Like, whenever someone tells me a story about what they did when they were drunk, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't put it past myself to do something like that, you know? Like, that's when you know, like, maybe you shouldn't freaking be drinking, but, you know, like, I don't know. It's not that easy. Alcohol's everywhere. It's such a social thing. And I've been, like, kind of playing mind tricks on myself, telling myself that I can drink after all this time. I've, like, gotten away with it for so long. For, like, 12 years, I've stayed out of trouble. I had a DUI when I was 18. So, I've just kind of been, like, drinking at home and trying not to go out places. But, yeah, eventually it freaking catches up to you. Maybe you should just not freaking drink anymore. Day 7. Oh, so, excuse me, that night that I read the police report and everything, I just, like, felt like I was having a meltdown. And then I had an interview the next morning at, like, 9 in the morning, and I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, just, like, in passing, I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to get through an interview tomorrow when I feel like I'm dying inside? You know, like, yeah, I just have to go in here into this interview and be all bubbly and outgoing and act like, you know, like nothing's wrong when I feel like my world is just caving in. It's just, like, crazy. But, so day 7, the next day, my interview day, I woke up and I was like, okay, can't sleep anymore. It was like 4 a.m. and my interview was at 9, and I'm like, let's just get up and get this day started. You got stuff to do. You need to prep for this interview. You need to, like, knock their socks off kind of thing. And so my interview ended up going really well. My interview went really well. I would have got hired if I would have been able to pass a hair follicle. So I was, like, interviewing for a warehouse position, and it was paying really well. It was going to be like $27 an hour. I just had to pass a hair follicle after 2 interviews and 2 assessments. And they also offered for me to, they asked me if I would be interested in taking a clerical position in the office instead of the warehouse. So I knew, like, you know, I was in. And then when they asked, well, also, the job posting said that it was, like, you know, going to be a certain amount, but that's with $5 of hazard pay. So when COVID's over, that's not going to be there anymore. So the commute for me to go from where I live to there just would not be worth it. So yeah, so there's, like, I don't know. I felt like we all wasted each other's time kind of thing. But I spent the rest of the day in bed. I applied at a couple more jobs after that. I was, like, holding off because I was really hoping to get the job there. So I was applied to a few more jobs. Overall, during the past week, I had a lot of things that kicked me down, but I also had a lot of people who supported me, and so, yeah, and just, like, appreciate everybody who's there for me. There also was a lot of people who saw my videos who could relate to me, and so they just, like, kind of, I don't know, they felt like my videos were a slap in the face. There was some that decided to quit drinking and they started their day ones, and then there was, like after seeing my videos, and I made sure to share my day one with them. I haven't posted it yet, but I figured I'd save that till, like, I get my 1 month clean, my 1 month of sobriety. And I'll probably post that because it's like heartbreaking to see yourself just break down and tell yourself how miserable you are that day. I was looking really rough. I was feeling rough emotionally. I just didn't know how I was going to get through the day all by myself, and I did. But yeah, so I was encouraged to like move my videos from Facebook to YouTube, so that's like what I'm in the process of doing right now. So I just don't want to miss anything, so I kind of like want to make sure I go over everything. I know this video is going to be pretty long. I'm hoping to like be able to share more than just my recovery videos on YouTube. We get out and we do a lot of cool stuff, and we do a lot of outdoor stuff, and we're always like doing things, and we're pretty busy. But because I got this DUI, I think the most responsible thing for me to do is to get a night shift job. And so it's really going to suck. So I'll probably not be included in a lot of things, or else I'll have to go like without sleep or something. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe like by summer I can get a day shift job. We'll see. And I'm probably not going to get the pay that I want because I'm not going to be able to find a position that like best fits my skills on a night shift job. So we'll see. I have worked nights though before. So when Delilah was 2 months old, what was best for our family, because we couldn't afford childcare, was for me to get a night shift job. So I did that. Okay, so let's like try to wrap this mofo up. I wanted to end the video like with a quote. I shared a quote before, and I just like kind of broke down. I'm gonna try not to do that this time. Maybe I can make it through a video without crying. So I saw this quote that I feel like I can really relate to. So it says, "Don't let the concept of change scare you as much as the prospect of remaining unhappy." This speaks to me a lot just because I was buying alcohol pretty much nightly, equivalent to a bottle of wine. I had to pause the video because my daughter was talking. Let's see, where was I? So like I had to change a lot about my habits because I was buying alcohol almost nightly. I was buying about a bottle of wine every night, or equivalent, like beer and stuff, so a lot of beer. And then on the weekends I was buying more than that. So I'd like drink with my boyfriend, and we'd drink whiskey or something, and then I was probably drinking like more than half a fifth, and then still wanting to drink more. I was like pretty unhappy about a lot of things, but I feel like I was really selfish about being unhappy about the things I was unhappy about, just because like it's just like stupid petty things like that I would complain about. I mean, some of them are like legit reasons to be unhappy about, but some of them just like, I don't know. I really shouldn't have been upset about it. I know that now. But I'm also like not drinking, so I feel like there's a lot more like going up in here. Like wheels are turning, things are going, you have brain cells, like I don't know. But I was like going out, I'd be like going out to have drinks with my friends, and then waking up in the morning, like I could have had a really good time like drinking with my friends, but then I'd wake up feeling just depressed and miserable, like pretty much every single time I was drinking. So like I feel like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, like my drinking was really getting out of control. I guess I shouldn't be surprised about what happened, and that's like a total thing that I would do, like drinking, being stupid. So that's about all that I wanted to talk about, really. I just wanted to talk about, like, how my week was, and then just kind of fill people in who didn't know, and, yeah, so, I mean, I had, like, a really good week, and I had a lot of people there who supported me. I encouraged and inspired people, that needed it and who wanted it, so, yeah, I just really look forward to, like, continuing this journey. I can't believe it's only been, a week. I feel like it's been, like, the longest week. Today's day 8, but this week has felt, like, really long to me. Maybe it's because I, like, don't have a job now and, I have more time, but, like, I don't know. Like, since this whole pandemic happened, it's all been, like, a really quick blur. So maybe it had a lot to do with my drinking, you know, like, I pretty much would go to work, come home, eat really quick, sometimes have a couple beers, then have dinner and go to bed. Or sometimes I'd save all the drinking for the weekend and then just get really freaking sloppy drunk on the weekends. So, yeah, it takes a lot to admit all this stuff to yourself, but it, like, ends up being worth it in the end. I'm really, really surprised that I've, like, been able to stop, because I was at, a pretty, I don't know, I guess it was, like, a really dark time for me last week. I don't know how I crawled out of the hole that I was in, because how I felt, I really just feel sad about it, embarrassed, and but it feels better for me to talk about it rather than stuff it, because that's what I do every single time I, like, feel emotions or something. Like, I just stuff it and drink and maybe take it out on my boyfriend, and then he's like, I don't know, he hates being around me when I'm drinking because I let him have it. Like, and he thinks it's all because of my drinking, you know, but I don't know. Sometimes the drunk mind speaks, you know, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so, like, when you're drunk, you just kind of, like, will admit things that you might not when you're sober. So I just kind of, like, I don't know. I guess I was kind of mean to him a lot. I don't know why he put up with it for so long. He still keeps me around for some reason. But yeah, so that's about it. Well, I'll keep updating everybody on, like, what's going on. As of today, I don't know, I feel normal. I don't feel like, I don't know. Today's just been kind of like a strange day. I'm not getting out of the house at all. I ordered DoorDash. I got Red Robin. I don't know. Just kind of feels like a blah day. I haven't really been thinking about drinking. I've just kind of been on a job hunt. So, yeah. Alright. Well, I hope everybody has a good night and has a good day tomorrow. I'll be around. I gotta go get the interlock device installed tomorrow, so hoping to get that all figured out. Alright. Talk to everybody later.